Question 127. The trigeminal nerve. The trigeminal nerve arises from the pons on each side, and it goes into the trigeminal ganglion and nuclei. It divides into three branches: the ophthalmic, maxillary, and mandibular branch. The ophthalmic branch goes through the cavernous sinus and enters the orbit through the superior orbital fissure. It divides into several branches. The frontal branch here, frontal branch, lacrimal branch, and nasociliary branch. The frontal branch divides into the supraorbital and the supratrochlear nerve. Next we have the maxillary branch. Goes from the trigeminal ganglion and leaves the cranial cavity through the foramen rotundum and enters the pterygopalatine fossa and gives a zygomatic branch, infraorbital branch, and then we have pterygopalatine ganglion. This is the infraorbital nerve, zygomatic. This is alveolar branches to the teeth. The infraorbital nerve enters the orbit through the inferior orbital fissure and runs along the inferior wall of the orbit and enters the infraorbital canal, and the terminal branches goes through the infraorbital foramen and supply the skin of the infraorbital and nasal regions. And then from the pterygopalatine ganglion we get nasal branches and palatine nerves. These are palatine nerves, and you get nasal branches. Next we have the mandibular nerve, which leaves the cranial cavity through the foramen ovale. It has muscular branches for the masticatory muscles. And then we have the inferior alveolar nerve for the inferior dental arch. It runs in the mandibular canal, and the terminal branch is the mental branches, which run through the mental foramen. And then we have the auriculotemporal nerve, which ascends in front of the external acoustic meatus and runs upwards into temporal region. And lastly we have lingual nerve, which supply the mucosa of the body of tongue for general sensations.